In the heart of the Pride Lands, the sun was rising, casting a golden light over the vast savanna. Simba, now the wise and powerful king, stood atop Pride Rock, watching over his kingdom. Beside him was his queen, Nala, and their young cub, Kian. Life in the Pride Lands was peaceful, and the circle of life continued to thrive under Simba's reign. But deep within the jungle, far from the savannah, trouble was brewing. A mysterious force had disturbed the natural balance of the jungle, causing unrest among the animals. The once lush and vibrant jungle had become dark and shadowy, and strange noises echoed through the trees at night. The animals were scared, and no one knew what was causing the disturbance. One morning, as Simba was meeting with Rafiki, the wise old mandrill, a messenger bird flew in from the jungle. The bird, a colorful parrot named Zazu, Jr. was breathless and frantic. "Your Majesty, Your Majesty." The parrot squawked, "The jungle is in danger. We need your help." Simba's eyes narrowed in concern. "What's happened, Zazu, Jr.? There's a darkness spreading in the jungle," the parrot replied. "The trees are wilting, and the animals are scared. Some say it's an ancient curse, others think it's the work of an evil spirit. But whatever it is, it's growing stronger every day." Simba turned to Nala, who nodded in agreement. "We can't ignore this, Simba. The jungle is part of the Pride Lands, and its animals are our responsibility." Simba nodded. "You're right, Nala, we must help." Simba called a meeting with his closest friends and allies, Timon and Pumbaa, who had lived in the jungle for many years, and Rafiki, who knew more about the ancient magic of the land than anyone else. Together, they formed a plan to journey into the jungle and uncover the source of the disturbance. The next morning, Simba, Nala, Kian, Timon, Pumbaa, and Rafiki set out on their adventure. The journey was long, and as they entered the jungle, they could feel the change in the air. The once vibrant greenery had turned a sickly shade of brown, and the usual sounds of birds and insects had faded into an eerie silence. Kian, eager to prove himself, stayed close to his father's side, his eyes wide with both fear and excitement. "What do you think is causing this, Dad?" he asked. Simba shook his head. "I don't know, Kian, but whatever it is, we'll face it together." As they ventured deeper into the jungle, they encountered frightened animals hiding in the shadows. A family of monkeys clung to the trees, their eyes wide with fear. "Beware the shadow beast," one of them whispered as they passed. "It's a creature of darkness, and it's taking over our home." Simba frowned, but Rafiki remained calm. "The shadow beast is an old legend," he said, "a creature born from fear and anger. If it has returned, it means that the balance of the jungle has been disturbed." They continued their journey, following Rafiki's guidance, until they reached the heart of the jungle, a place known as the Moonlit Clearing. Here, the trees grew taller and the air felt colder. In the center of the clearing stood an ancient stone altar, covered in vines and glowing with a faint, eerie light. As they approached, the ground trembled, and a low growl echoed through the clearing. From the shadows emerged a massive creature, its body shrouded in darkness. Its eyes glowed red, and its fur was as black as night. This was the Shadow Beast, a creature of legend brought to life. Simba stood his ground, his muscles tensing as he prepared to defend his family and friends. Kian stepped forward, his small body trembling with fear but also determination. "We're not afraid of you," Kian shouted, his voice echoing through the clearing. The Shadow Beast snarled, but Rafiki stepped forward, holding his staff high. "This creature is born from the fear in your hearts," Rafiki said calmly. "It feeds on darkness and grows stronger with every ounce of fear you give it. But remember, where there is light, darkness cannot survive." Simba looked at Rafiki and then at the Shadow Beast. He knew what he had to do. Instead of fighting with anger, he closed his eyes and remembered the love and joy of his family, the beauty of the Pride Lands, and the strength of the circle of life. As Simba focused on these positive feelings, a warm, golden light began to surround him. The light grew brighter and brighter until it filled the entire clearing, pushing back the darkness. The Shadow Beast roared in pain as the light pierced through its dark form, and then, with a final growl, it dissolved into nothingness. The jungle around them seemed to breathe a sigh of relief. The air grew warmer, the trees regained their vibrant colors, and the animals slowly emerged from their hiding places. The balance had been restored. Simba smiled at his son, proud of his bravery. "You were right, Kian, we weren't afraid, and that's what saved us." Rafiki nodded in agreement. Fear is a powerful force, but so is love and courage. Remember this, young ones, and the jungle will always be safe. As they made their way back to the Pride Lands, the jungle once again thrived with life. The birds sang joyfully, the trees swayed in the breeze, and the animals played in the sunlight. Simba, Nola, Kian, and their friends returned to Pride Rock, knowing that they had once again protected the balance of their world. The adventure had reminded them that even in the darkest times, there is always light to be found, sometimes in the most unexpected places. And so, the Jungle Kingdom flourished once more, a vibrant and peaceful place in the heart of the Pride Lands. The story of Simba's bravery and the defeat of the Shadow Beast became a legend that would be told for generations to come, reminding everyone that with courage and love, anything is possible.